Today, my friends, we are toning a canvas, and I'm going to show you how with oil paint. You can do acrylic too, but this is oil. Stick around. Okay, guys, I'm back in the studio. I'm working on a new painting. I've laid this painting out, and I used graphite on a canvas, which I don't normally do. I don't normally use canvas at all, but I am for this new series. I projected my image up so I could blow it up and do it on the canvas a lot quicker, as you may have seen before. This time I've used just pencil. I've used graphite to do it, and I want to tone this canvas now that I have it all laid out. And I don't want the graphite to go away completely because I want to be able to see it after I've toned it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some workable fixative and spray this thing down. Okay, so let's do that. But I do recommend wearing a mask because even though Alright, so I'm using workable fixative. Now that you can't hear me. No, I'm just kidding. I've already fixed it. I'm not going to spray that in the studio. It stinks to high hell. So I took it outside and sprayed it down. I did wear a mask. I would wear a mask if you're going to do this because even through the mask, I can still taste it. So anyway, it's got its fixative on there now, and now I'm going to find the color I want to tone it with, and we're going to do a light tone wash over the whole thing. So wait for that. Okay, so I have my color down. I'm going to use this little dropper here to throw a little mineral spirits in it to thin it out. I don't want it to be too watery, but I don't want it to be too thick. And we'll water it down a little more as needed to get to it. But I think we're going to start there with this burnt sienna and see where it takes us. So let's get going. This is what I'm using. Burnt sienna. It's a master's touch. It's not super high end, but it does the trick. Okay, so this tone, I got a little big brush here. You could use a bigger one, but I like these. These are super cheap at Home Depot, Lowe's, things like that. A lot of times these end up getting destroyed, so throw a little more mineral spirits down here and thin this out a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Now you can see it's already a little bit dark, but that's okay because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and move this mask out of my way. I'm going to take my jar of minerals. That one's gross. Let's take this one. So, got my little jar of mineral spirits here. And I'm going to thin that out a little bit. And let's get it. My fixative's working pretty well. I'm not losing the graphite underneath, so that's a good thing. Something else you want to watch out for when you're doing this is these little bristles on these cheap brushes sometimes can come off and get stuck to the painting like that right there. And so you want to kind of take those off. And you can, sometimes it happens and you miss it and you end up with one of those in your painting because once it dries in there, it's really hard to get out, especially when you start painting over it not knowing. That really stinks. So I like this. Give me a little bit of a warmth underneath. Nice little contrast of some of the cooler colors that are in the painting, or that will be in the painting. I like that. You can tone your canvas however, whatever color you want. It's really your preference. I like this warmer tone because it's earthy and it's a little bit neutral, kind of in the mid-tone range. And if I have some of the underpainting coming out later, it gives a nice little contrast both on the warm tones and the cold tones that are going to be in this piece. That's a preference as well. It's really up to you. Just experiment with it. Try some warm ones. Try some cool ones, depending on what color scheme you're going to go with. There's no real right or wrong here. There may be better and maybe not so good, but ultimately, that's the beauty of art. It's all subjective in the end. I'm not saying that you shouldn't practice or learn to be a better artist. I know I have, but the key thing is create and enjoy it, and keep doing it. Okay, so I have this covered. Now what I'm going to do is I am actually going to take a paper towel. Okay, take a couple paper towels. Now these are shop towels. Okay, I get these at Home Depot, Lowe's. They're about the same price as regular kitchen towels, paper towels. But these are lint free. I mean, there's still a little bit of lint, but there's way less lint on these than your regular kitchen paper towels. So I don't recommend that. Go get some of these. I think I get like a 6-pack for, I don't know, 10 or 15 bucks. Prices are up these days, but it's well worth the investment. Disposable shop rags or rags that you can reuse, things like that. Then, take that and just kind of rub over it. Rub it in a little bit. I'm not necessarily looking to smooth it per se, but it will help kind of equal out some of the tone, which is kind of nice. Ultimately, we're going to paint over most of this, if not all of it. But that's the great thing about toning is if some of this shows through in the underpainting, that's cool. We like that. That's why we do this, so we don't have just that stark white staring back out at us beneath the painting. So this is a great way to prep it. Now again, this was a pre-gessoed canvas, so make sure you're gessoing your canvas or priming your canvas in some way before you do all of this. This one was already, I bought this one already pre-gessoed. I probably should have gessoed it again, but ultimately I'm not that worried about it as long as it's coated. So there we go. So that's how I tone the canvas. It's really simple. And I really I haven't painted on canvas in a very long time. It's all of my graduate work I did on wood, and I love working on the wood, but in the end, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of man hours to get those wood panels right, get them cut where I can go to the store and buy this, especially when they're on sale like today, 40% off. So, I'm kind of going to canvas with this series because just wanted to change. But there you go. That's how we tone. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that helps you in the future. And until next time, stay creative, my friends.